The Tu-160M2, also known as the White Swan or Blackjack by NATO, is a supersonic, variable sweep-wing, heavy strategic bomber designed by the Soviet Union and modernized by the Russian Federation. Originally developed in the 1980s, the Tu-160 has long been a symbol of Russian aerospace power, capable of carrying nuclear and conventional weapons with exceptional speed and range. But in 2026, the latest variant, the Tu-160M2, represents a generational leap of bold reinvention of Cold War engineering for 21st century strategic warfare. The story of the Tu-160M2 is not just about modernization. It is a tale of military ambition, technological evolution, and the strategic recalibration of a superpower reasserting itself on the global stage. When the Tu-160 first took flight in 1981, it was the Soviet Union's answer to the American B-1 Lancer. Both were variable sweep-wing bombers designed for long-range penetration missions, capable of flying at low altitudes to evade radar and delivering powerful payloads. The Tu-160, however, was more than just a match. It was superior in many ways. It was larger, faster, and could carry a greater payload. But while the United States continued to advance its bomber fleet with stealth technologies and digital upgrades, the Soviet Union collapsed. The Tu-160 program nearly disappeared with it. Only a small number were produced, 36 in total, before production stopped in the 1990s. For years, the aircraft remained mostly a relic of the past, maintained in small numbers by the Russian aerospace forces. The new chapter began in the 2010s. The Russian government, amid rising geopolitical tensions and a growing emphasis on strategic deterrence, decided to revitalize its long-range bomber fleet. The centerpiece of this vision became the Tu-160M2. Unlike a simple upgrade, the M2 version was intended to be a near-complete overhaul of the original platform, retaining the proven aerodynamic design, but introducing entirely new avionics, engines, weapon systems, and materials. Production resumed at the Kazan aviation plant, and by 2024, the first Tu-160M2 prototypes began flight testing. By 2026. The Tu-160M2 is not merely a modernized aircraft, it is in effect a brand new bomber. Externally, the aircraft looks much like its predecessor, with its iconic white coating, variable sweep wings, and massive twin vertical stabilizers. Its sleek lines and powerful silhouette make it one of the most visually striking aircraft in the sky, but under the skin, everything has changed. The cockpit has been fully digitized, with new glass panels replacing the analog instruments. Avionics systems are now entirely Russian-made, a critical change given the imposition of Western sanctions and the country's push for military self-reliance. One of the most significant upgrades is in the engines. The Tu-160M2 is powered by the NK3202, a modernized version of the original NK32 afterburning turbofan engine. These engines provide greater thrust, increased fuel efficiency, and extended operational life. As a result, the bomber's range has been extended significantly, reportedly up to 15,000 kilometers without refueling. This allows it to strike targets nearly anywhere on the planet, particularly when combined with in-flight refueling capabilities. The bomber's maximum speed remains Mach 2.05, making it the fastest bomber in the world. Its ability to fly at both supersonic and subsonic speeds, and at high or low altitudes, gives it a tactical flexibility unmatched by most modern bombers. The Tu-160M2's primary role is strategic nuclear delivery, but it is also fully capable of deploying a wide range of conventional weapons. It carries its armament internally within 2 weapons bays. This design helps reduce its radar signature, though the Tu-160 is not a stealth bomber. It incorporates limited stealth features through shaping and coatings. The bomber can carry up to 40,000 kilograms of ordnance, including cruise missiles, free-fall bombs, and the air-launched KH-101 and KH-102 long-range missiles. The KH-102 variant is nuclear-armed, while the KH-101 is conventional and capable of precision strikes. With a range of over 4,000 kilometers, these missiles allow the Tu-160M2 to launch strikes from far outside enemy air defense zones. a critical advantage in modern conflict. One of the key strategic implications of the Tu-160M2 is its role in Russia's nuclear triad. Along with land-based ICBMs and submarine-launched ballistic missiles, strategic bombers provide a flexible and survivable delivery method for nuclear weapons. Bombers like the Tu-160M2 can be recalled mid-mission, something not possible with missile launches, providing a measure of control in crisis situations. Moreover, the aircraft can be forward deployed or used as a tool of strategic signaling. Their presence in international airspace often sends a powerful political message, demonstrating reach and resolve. In recent years, Tu-160 aircraft, including early M2 variants, have conducted high-profile patrols across the Arctic, the Pacific, and even near NATO airspace. These missions serve multiple purposes. They demonstrate Russian strategic capabilities, test Western air defenses, and reinforce Russia's claims to global reach. With the full operational deployment of the Tu-160M2 in 2026, these missions are expected to increase in frequency and complexity. The development of the Tu-160M2 has not been without challenges. Recreating the production line for a Cold War aircraft required re-engineering old techniques, sourcing modern materials, and overcoming technological gaps left by decades of atrophy in certain aerospace sectors. The need to replace foreign components, particularly from Ukraine and the West, added complexity. However, the Russian defense industry viewed the program as a national priority. Billions of rubles were invested into the Kazan plant, and young engineers were brought in to work alongside veterans. The result is a hybrid of old and new proven aerodynamics combined with cutting-edge electronics. Some critics argue that the Tu-160M2 is still a product of outdated thinking, focusing on brute force rather than stealth or network-centric warfare. Compared to the American B-21 Raider, a next-generation stealth bomber entering service around the same time, the Tu-160M2 lacks the Raider rating characteristics that are increasingly vital in contested environments. However, Russia's strategic doctrine emphasizes standoff weapons, speed, and flexibility. The Tu-160M2 is not meant to sneak into enemy territory undetected. It is designed to stay beyond the reach of enemy defenses and launch devastating missile strikes from afar. In terms of cost, the Tu-160M2 is expensive, reportedly around $250 million per unit. But for Russia, this investment is about more than just hardware. It is about prestige, deterrence, and projecting power. In a world where strategic competition is rising, the ability to field a capable long-range bomber fleet remains a key component of national defense. For Russia, which sees itself locked in a long-term confrontation with NATO and increasingly assertive in regions like the Arctic, Central Asia, and the Pacific, the Tu-160M2 is a potent tool of military diplomacy and deterrence. Looking ahead, the Tu-160M2 is expected to serve for decades. Its robust design and modular systems allow for future upgrades, and the Russian aerospace forces have committed to acquiring at least 50 units. It will operate alongside the aging Tu-95Ms and the future PAC-DA stealth bomber, currently under development. While the PAC-DA is designed for stealth and subsonic endurance, the Tu-160M2 offers speed, payload, and flexibility. Together, it will provide a diversified strategic air capability. International reactions to the Tu-160M2 have been mixed. NATO nations monitor its activities closely, particularly during long-range patrols. China has expressed interest in developing similar capabilities, though its own bomber programs remain in earlier stages. Meanwhile, the revival of the Tu-160 line has rekindled interest in variable sweep-wing aircraft once considered obsolete, now viewed through a new lens of hybrid innovation. For military analysts, the Tu-160M2 represents a paradox. It is both old and new, fast yet not stealthy, massive yet agile in mission profiles. It defies easy categorization and challenges assumptions about what a modern bomber should be. In many ways, it reflects Russia's broader strategic philosophy: resilient, adaptable, and rooted in history. but not afraid to innovate when necessary. For aviation enthusiasts, the return of the White Swan to full production is a remarkable story. The sheer size and elegance of the Tu-160M2, combined with its performance and role in shaping global military dynamics, make it one of the most fascinating aircraft flying today. When it streaks across the sky on a training mission or a strategic patrol, it is not just a machine, it is a message, a symbol, and a reminder of the enduring relevance of air power in the 21st century. As we watch the Tu-160M to take its place, in Russia's strategic arsenal, we are witnessing more than just the rebirth of a bomber. We are seeing the fusion of past and future, a Cold War colossus transformed into a weapon of modern deterrence, ready to shape the contours of global security for years to come.